Hello, everyone, and welcome to another Elliott Wave analysis. Today, I want to talk about dollar yen. Okay, so it has been a long time since I talked about dollar yen. Yeah, so I will just relook into this whole setup again, right? Instead of referencing back to my old videos, right? So yeah, this wave hasn't changed, right? So I still plot this as a wave one, wave two, wave three, wave four, and a wave five on a cycle level. Right. So you can see that there is this ending diagonal that I draw also, right, to plot this wave five. And then um this is one wave down and then another a wave up. Right. So this is a one and a two, right? The one is actually hidden behind. So it's a purposely it's a purple one. All right. So pardon my tongue twisting. So yeah, so two. Right, so I thought that this could be a wave one previously, right? So which is why I put in like a wave one here, right? So as it is right now, it is not. So I've changed this to a ABC over here, right? So what is this then? Is sorry, let me just maybe relabel all this, do some cleanup over here, right? So you see this wave one just now. So let me just shift this over here, wave one. And wave 2 is slightly here, right? So what's going to happen is that this will then becomes A, B, and a C, right? So because this is, I plot this as an intermediate wave. So I'm going to put this down to, I'll lower the degree here, right? So this will also be lower down, right? So why 2 degrees down? Right, the reason is because just 1 degree down is actually this A, B, C. Okay. Um. So it'll be like this, right? So one, A, B, and C. Okay, we'll dive into more details later on this setup, right? Because it's not the most intuitive, right? So the big picture wise, with one, with two, right? So remember this big picture here, right? Then we can go down to the lower level. Now over here, I think I want to take a look at this wave C itself, right? You can see that at the lower degree, I actually have more labelings over here, right? So yeah, if you're interested, you can look at my previous video, right? So for now, let's just focus on this wave here, this wave C here, right? So you can see that there are a lot of overlappings in this wave, right? So dollar yen is not the most ideal trading instrument, okay? And from here all the way up, you can consider this as one around 140. It's about 1400, slightly more than 1400, 1450 points, pips, right? So how do we label all this, right? So for me, I think that this this fifth wave, right, this C wave, right, unfolds in five wave, and this will be a ending diagonal. Okay, so over here, I'll just plot it like this. Okay, so now take note that this is not the textbook kind of ending diagonal. Okay, so I'm having trouble locking this in. Okay, so for here, let me just put in the hold on, just shift this over here. So uh 3 is here. Okay, 3 is here, right? 4 is here, and this is a 5. Okay, so this is what I'm looking at. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? And within this 5 wave, right, I can also draw 5 wave, right? So ignore all the noise for now, right? We just look at the peak and drop, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Right, so slight adjustment over here, and 31 degree down. Similarly for this, right? So you will get to see this, right? So this is a sometimes I really hate this jumping around. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 here. Okay, and the last one is here, this 5 wave. Right, so like I said, this is not the best kind of wave example. And over here, I want to point out a few things in more practical terms for trading. Right, so if you look at this last wave here, this 5 wave that I plotted here, you can see that there are some things that are not so nice, right? And one of the things that immediately I can point out is this, where wave 4 overlaps with 1. So this usually happens in ending diagonal, right? Yeah. So is this an ending diagonal? Uh, you can say that there is potential for this. Why? Because over here, if I'm going to plot 3 waves, right, I can plot over here. 1, ABC. It's actually 1, 2, 3, but um, trading view don't actually cater for a 3 wave kind of impulsive wave, right? So we have to use ABC over here, okay? Right, and then another ABC. Okay, maybe let me just change this degree one level down again. Right, so it should be one level down here. I usually don't go this level down. Right, so yeah, so this is in red. Right. Rather, I do have this cleaning up kind of thing. So if I go into this degree down, usually I will set the visibility such that it doesn't show on the higher degree. Right, if it shows up, I will just delete it away. So this is potentially an ending diagonal, right? And then you see that there is another imperfection over here, which is over here, right? How do we count this wave? Like this, right? So is this a 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, and then we are in a 4, and we're going to a 5, right? So there's this kind of imperfection that we have to live with. Right. So let me clear this up. Okay. So regarding this imperfection, right? That this is you can consider this to be uh 3 wave for now, right? Because like 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Okay, and this is likely a 4 and then a 5, right? A 5 wave. We look at the previous wave, and we notice that it is quite common for during this kind of setup, right? This rangy, very noisy setup that is always showing 3 waves, right? For example, here, right? 3 waves for the last wave, 3 waves. Okay, so likely this we might see like this is a 4 as kind of a symmetric triangle, right? um Let me just try to remove all this, right? So to clean this up, right? So right, the we look at this at a smaller degree, right? This kind of sub minuet degree that I draw, right? It seems like dollar yen is a good shot at this point in time, right? And we go into the daily. You can see that there's this downwards trend line, right? It actually hit here and slightly exit a bit before it got rejected, right? So this gives us kind of like a more confidence that this area is a good resistance, right? Of course, coupled with there's this doji over here for those people who are um interested in candlestick charting, right? Now, doji itself just tells you that there is indecision, right? Indecision around this point. It can continue, right? So, for example, if you look at this doji over here, right, it actually continues up after this, right? So there's many example, right? So we don't dive too much into doji itself. Just look at risk reward. We look at risk reward, right? And over here you can see that I've drawn another trend line, right? So for example here, this trend line, right? So if I plot this trend line here and connect with here, right? Let me just change this color to a blue one. Right, so this one you can see that you also exceed a bit, and right now it's still keeping with this above this trend line, right? But what if I move this down so that instead of touching this wave one, I use the wave three and the wave um this uh wave over here, right? This is where there is some indecision. Okay. Practically speaking, what we want to do is you may initiate a short position, right? And in case this is a wave four, what I mean is that, right? So before I revisit the lower degree once again, uh, this was a head and shoulders also. Okay, let me just draw this up again. Right, this head and shoulders is like this. This is a head and shoulders, right? And yeah, so this head and shoulders, right? So we set this stop loss over here first above the high that is made on Thursday 30th of October, right? The target is at the neckline here, right? Which is the head and shoulder neckline. Okay. I believe there's some adjustment that needs to be made over here. Okay. So that it did breach a bit the previous time. Okay. You just keep this breach over here. Okay. Instead of adjusting the whole thing. Right. Of course, you can redraw this head and shoulder in a different way also, right? So for now I'll just keep to this, right? Because this gives me a more conservative target. Okay. But the risk reward is very good at this point in time, right? But let's look at the hourly again. Right. As I said previously, there is a chance that this is a wave four. Okay. There is a chance. Because this seems to be forming in a triangle at this point in time. Okay. Right? A symmetric triangle is usually a wave four kind of setup. And because over here we have a one, two, likely a three, four, right? So this four itself is one, two, three, four, five, right? And there's a chance that we could go up here. Okay, so I would say that instead of maybe instead of setting this as a stop loss, you can make it even higher, right? And what you're gonna do is that you're gonna scale in this shot with a small position here first, and in the event that it breaches the previous high, right, which is 154.46, right, somewhere look for a turning point and short again. Okay, so this is the main idea, right? And if you have to short again, right, look somewhere above this. Okay, look somewhere above this, and you do your scaling in. Okay, be a bit more conservative in your trading, not so aggressive, right? This is kind of like a longer term play. Okay, so scaling in. Okay, uh looking at the big picture again, right? Our big picture structure still holds, right? The 1 2 3 4 5, and then we have the head and shoulders, right? And this is a choppy move up, right? Even though there's a lot of impulsive move within, right? There's too many overlaps, and likely this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 as a ending diagonal uh to a A, B, C over here. Okay, and now we have a few trend lines that helps us in this resistance, but we can never be too sure, so always set a stop loss, right? And our target is, the first target is the trend line. Of course, uh if you have seen my previous analysis, I talk about all these target, right? This target still holds, right? But just keep it for long-term reference. Okay, short-term wise, right, in terms of practical trading, you know give yourself some room to move. Over here, I think I put about 150 pips, right? You may not hit here, right? It's just for your sizing wise, be prepared for this amount of downside if you're shorting this. Right. The upside is very good, right? Almost 1,300 points, right? Of sorry, 1,200 pips in short term target. This is short term, right? Because the longer term, actually, we are looking at all these supports. Right. So this is for dollar yen. Okay. So be a bit more cautious, right? And good luck in your trading. Thank you.